Hi, this is Laura Thompson with Nebraska Extension. For today's On-Farm Research Field Day, I'm going to be sharing some of the soybean benchmarking studies that we have going on in the eastern part of Nebraska. These studies are looking at several factors that influence soybean yield and profitability: planting date, seeding rate, and foliar fungicide and insecticide applications. So here we're comparing kind of the standard or baseline practice, which would be soybeans planted in mid-May with a seeding rate of around 160,000 plants per acre and no foliar in-season fungicide and insecticide application. And we're comparing that to a more improved or intensive management practice, which would be soybeans planted late April or early May, and then 130,000 seeds per acre and an in-season fungicide and insecticide application. So in this field in southeast Nebraska, the improved treatment was planted on May 1st and the baseline treatment was planted on May 13th. So you can see at this site that the early planted treatment is starting to emerge. And here in the later planted treatment, you can see that they're not quite emerged yet. This is part of a larger Midwest project, but in Nebraska in 2019, we had 4 sites looking at this study. On average, across those studies, the improved treatment, so the earlier seeding date, the lower seeding rate, and the use of foliar fungicide and insecticide, resulted in an 8 bushel per acre yield increase and a $46 per acre profit increase. We're continuing the study in 2020. We have 7 sites across eastern Nebraska. At some of the sites, the producers have decided to add an additional study to the side, looking at just the fungicide and insecticide aspect and trying to tease out the differences there to better understand where those yield increases are coming from. For all of these studies, we'll be looking at some things like stand count, canopy cover, soil samples, and then of course looking at yield at the end of the year and looking at some seed quality like oil and protein, and then of course looking at net return. So thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back next Friday to share more Nebraska On-Farm Research Network study updates.